Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our Week 2 coverage of Dash for the Stash 2010 here on Stash Center. Last week, we got a preview of our key Stash players, and believe it or not, a lot of them have grown since then.
We've seen a lot of events unfold this week, leading up to what we may think is our first rivalry of the season. These two have been feuding for the past week, and we find it our duty to reveal the upper lips behind these two mustaches.
This feud is epic, Johnny. It is one of the most diabolical follicle fights I have ever seen. On one side you have Brucey, the double stash stack with his vicious left and right sweeping combos.
And on the other end we have Joshua Davis, aka the Ditto Stash, capable of mimicking any trim. This guy's mustache covers you like a blanket, Joey. Like a blanket. No matter what you do, he's right there to copy your every move.
Johnny, it's like I always say, it's like he has a mutant mustache growing on his upper lip with massive mimicking meninges. We were able to catch up to these two fighters at this week's weigh-in.
Dick Fitzwell here at the weekly weigh-in. We're there about to tip the scales of mustache justice. It appears our competitors are ready to weigh in and see where they stack or double stack up. Let's go to the scale, shall we?
I'll rep that bird, because soon enough, the bird's repping me.
£152. 5.5 centimeters.
I have nothing to say. I'm gonna let the mustache do the talking.
172 pounds. 5 centimeters. Well, there you have it, folks. Two bare-knuckle shavers. This is truly a clash of the stashes. Back to you, Joey.
That's Dick Fitzwell. I'll tell you one thing, Johnny. All the things I've seen so far, I can tell you, they look good. Real good.
They do look good, Joey. But you know what else looks good?
What's that, Johnny?
This week's Gridiron Stash.
Gridiron Stash! This week's Gridiron Stash is an interesting case, Johnny. It's not often that we get to see international stashes set foot in this sport. Let me say it's an honor to have his whiskers in our dash. We managed to sit down for a translated interview with the Filipino Fury. I'm here with the Filipino Fury, Andrew Packleb, and his interpreter.
Interpreter?
Du musst mir haben.
I don't need an interpreter. I can
Aber muss mir haben.
perfectly fine.
Kann es sprechen.
Like, what? Why is he here?
Alright,
Ich bin hier, dass es sprechen überkommt.
our first question is going to be, what made you want to compete in this American competition?
I saw
I
noch.
wanted to compete because
Ich hatte
I grew up
getrunken.
watching American
Ich
films,
trinke die Kanne von kleinen Kindern.
and I love seeing the mustaches that I saw
Und die
on film.
Mustachen hatte große
I wish
Brusthaben.
that someday that my mustache
Ich
could
würde es gewinnen,
That
wenn ich
famous.
strahlen kann.
Alright, so
So why is he here again?
Ich bin hier, dass ich sprechen kann.
So our second question, is there a big mustache movement in the eastern part of the world, or is this new for the Asian community?
It's actually
S9.
not new at all.
S9 neuer.
If you look throughout history. You know, even right now, you can see Manny
Jasne,
Pacquiao.
aber Kunstname.
He has an amazing stash,
Staschen ist sehr gut.
and I'm actually trying to model my stash after
Ich
his.
würde meinen zum Beinen.
All right, so my last real question for you is, do you really feel that you have what it takes to win the Golden Stash?
Do I have what it takes
Habe
to
es
win
es?
the Golden Stash?
Golden Stash.
We have just received some breaking news. Are you getting this, Johnny?
I'm getting this, Joey. It seems as though there's been an investigation launched on last week's Rogaine Fastest Stash of the Week winner.
Alright, for those of you who may not know, last week's winner was none other than Levi Estock. Alright, this guy, we talked about him last week. He was on fire. His mustache was out of control. Now, this guy, he's competed in a lot of competitions. We talked about this.
Yes,
Right?
we talked about this, John.
All these competitions, they test for any performance enhancers. Now, we went over the rules last week of how you can use accessories, but you cannot use any type of performance enhancing drugs that would increase the size or the speed at which the stash grows. Now, the word that I'm getting right now, and I know you're hearing this right now too, is that they believe, the American Mustache Association believes that Levi Estock has been using Rogaine in the season.
Rogaine, one of the most popular hair growing products that are out there on the market. Now, normally, in just a normal competition, but this is professional. This is professional.
It is, Johnny. It is.
I mean, it's a travesty to know that, you know, one of your competitors might be using something like this, you know?
And that's something that we have to remember, folks, okay? We have to remember that nothing has been proven yet. Everything right now is just...
Now, Joey, it seems as though we have some footage of a reporter that caught Joey right outside of his training center, his mustache training center over in Wisconsin.
Heinz Mustache here in Wisconsin, outside of Levi Estock's training center of mustaches. Let's see if we could get a comment. Here he is.
No comment. No comment.
Let
No
me see
comment.
the mustache.
No comment.
This is the mustache.
I don't have anything to say about it.
The comment done the mustache. Give me that.
Oh my God, Johnny. Oh my God. I cannot believe that the people in Wisconsin of all places, freaking cheese eaters, could be so fucking mean.
Mean indeed, Joey. You know, I really hope that Heinz is okay.
Yeah, me too, Johnny. Me too. I mean, if the Stash Center were to lose such a award-winning reporter such as himself, it would be terrible.
When it comes to mustaches, you know, he really is the expert in that field.
I mean, look at his stash. I mean, it's modeled after one of the key stashes in the Stash Hall of Fame. I mean, everybody knows that stash when they see it, and he put his own little touch on it and just made it remarkable. I mean, it's beautiful. And his reporting style, he has so much energy. I really hope that everything's okay, and we will give you an update as soon as we can find out any information on Heinz's whereabouts or his condition.
Okay. In other news, I mean, I really had high hopes for this Estock character. You know, he's had a long record of winning competitions for his bristly mustache, and you know, just the fullness of it. And to lose something like that, you know, I mean, his career might be over.
You're right, Johnny. I mean, you know, something like this is devastating. To even be accused of something like this could be a career ender.
This is something bigger than, you know, Kobe's rape scandal or Barry Bonds.
Or even, it could be even bigger than Pete Rose. This could very well be the biggest scandal that we have ever seen in sports history.
It could be, Joey. Could be.
I'm going to tell you one thing, though. He's not guilty yet. I'm going to hold out hope for him. All right, we'll see what happens. Next week, things could change. I'm sure that with the investigation, things will move along very fast. Some things will be coming to light, and if he has enough money and he can get rid of the witnesses, well, then he'll come out of it on top. But let's hope for his sake that he's actually not guilty.
Yeah, yes, Joey. I really hope that he's not guilty of this.
I'll tell you one thing. This character, he won the Rogaines fastest stash last week. Okay, beautiful fast mustache. All right, he could be using these Rogaine products in the season. All right, we discussed that. We don't know what could happen. We'll see next week. All I can say for this week is I'm Joey the Cannoli.
And I'm Johnny the Pastrami.
Good night.